Hello my fellow fools, and welcome back to another fun, exciting, action-packed adventure that award-winning, because I say it is, show, The Fitted Hat Fool. I'm the fool, the hats are fitted, and away we go. Now on the top of my head is a Philadelphia Stars hat, but I've already talked about that in the previous episode, so that's not the hat in question. So what I'm going to do is get the hat I just bought at Ross, take it out of the bag, maybe, and put it on my head. Live filming at its finest here, folks. Isn't this exciting? Oh, here we go. And as always, your bonus look at my bald head. Okay. There I am putting it on my head since the first time I owned it. Now I tried it on my head over at the Ross to make sure it fit right, but I didn't own it yet. Now that I've paid for it and I owned it, let's get on to the hat. And another look at my bald head. Okay, now on the front of the hat you see a growling tiger, and over there it says Florida 2018, and there's the shape of the state of Florida. Back there it says Tigers. Over there is the New Era flag. In there it says 3930. There's the MLB logo, large, X large, and all that. Now at first glance I thought, hey, that could be a Cincinnati Bengals hat, which I already have. But it turns out it's a Tigers hat. But with all the orange on it, it could be a Bengals hat. But as it turns out, it's a Tigers hat. And it's very nice that it has the state of Florida on the side of it, because I've been to Florida twice. Once for my honeymoon and once for my senior trip, although not in that order. The senior trip was first, and then the honeymoon was 12 years later. But they were both in the same place, Orlando, Florida. What's that got to do with the hat? Nothing. And you may also be wondering, what's a Yankees hat doing? Yankees hat. What's a Yankees fan doing with a Tigers hat? I like animals. Oh sure, the Tigers have made quite the career out of knocking the Yankees out of the playoffs in the last 16 years. I think 3 times, maybe 4. But, you know, you can't fall for the Tigers for that. You can get aggravated with them for it, but who you really got to be aggravated with is the Yankees. And Yankees management for building a team that constantly loses to Detroit and mostly everybody else in the playoffs for the last 20-some odd years. 1 world championship in the last 20 years. That's not good. You know, that's Cleveland Indians kind of shit as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, also the tiger on the front is like some kind of plastic thing, not sewn on. I don't know, there's a new thing with putting plastic logos on the front of the hats now and then. I don't know what that's about, but if the hat's nice, I'll wear it. As long as it's not Red Sox, Mets, Dodgers, A's, Giants, Patriots, Padres. I don't know, there's a handful of teams I won't wear hats in. But, you know, as a Yankees fan, you can't wear a Red Sox or a Mets hat. I mean, you could, but why would you want to? Years ago, I worked with a Red Sox fan, and he said, you know who my second favorite team is? I said, I don't know, Baltimore? He said, no, the Yankees. I said, really? He said, yeah, aren't you a little bit of a Red Sox fan? I said, no, fuck them. And I'm not. So, you know, he seemed surprised that I wasn't a little bit of a Red Sox fan. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. I wouldn't expect a Red Sox fan to have his second favorite team be the Yankees, and I wouldn't expect a Yankees fan to have his second favorite team, or her, whatever, be the Red Sox. So there you go. So, I'd like to go on with some long-winded ramble about seeing the Detroit Tigers play. But I never got to see him. I haven't seen him play yet. I will one day. I'd like to see him, you know, dip up to Yankee Stadium or wander over to, you know, like over to Philadelphia to interview, you know, something like that. Hell, maybe I'll even go see him play in Detroit. I don't know. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Can't have the endless be possibilities. Actually, the endless could be a possibility. Something just keeps on going. Much like my babble or a freight train that just keeps going around the world. But I don't think such a thing exists. And if it does, that's pretty good. But I don't think that's possible because it would have to stop eventually. If it's a passenger train to let on passengers, if it's a freight train, it would have to drop off its freight. So it wouldn't be endless because it would have to stop sometime. Much like this video should stop right about now. So go ahead and subscribe.